Please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Facebook Tips Part 2, Settings and Security. I'm Hewie Poplock. I use the web version of Facebook. I do not use the app on any of my devices. For this presentation and others about Facebook, I'll be using the account of my fictitious friend, Carl. In a recent video, I did mention that if you wanted to see those postings of your friends that you have not been seeing, one way to do it is to do it in chronological order on your timeline. And in order to see your timeline in chronological order, you have to go down over to see more and then scroll down and then find most recent. When you click that, it then puts all of your timeline in chronological order except for the ads that it sticks in there. But that's how you can get to see a lot of the postings from your friends that you don't normally see. You don't have to copy and paste from somebody else's timeline to yours to have them show up. Just do it in the most recent order or go to your friend's timeline and look at it. In order to see if you are using the most recent, just look here. Because if you go back to the top posts, what you're going to see is what Facebook wants you to see, not what your friends are posting. And again, you go to the most recent, it changes it here. There is no way to make that the default. So each time you log into Facebook, if you want to see your most recent posts and your friends' most recent posts, you do have to click on it on the left. In order to look at your settings, you come up here to the upper right and go to your account. Come down here to Settings and Privacy. You click on it, you will get a menu: Settings, Privacy Checkup, Privacy Shortcuts, Activity Log, Newsfeed Preferences, and Language. We will look at these in various videos, but today we're going to look at some settings. The first setting you come to is your general settings, where your username, contact information, account contact, some memorialization settings, and identity confirmation. Memorial settings. Decide what happens to your account after you pass away. When you click the edit to that, you will see you can have your legacy contact. Choose someone to look after your account after you pass away. And this is what they'll be able to do. And you choose a friend and add them to that list. We'll let your legacy contact know that you chose them. They won't be notified again until your account is memorialized. If you don't want a Facebook account after you pass away, you can request to have your account permanently deleted instead of choosing a legacy contact. And you would then request that your account be deleted after you pass away by clicking here. I'm not going to do that, but that's what you would do. That's something you really need to think about, especially if you're a senior. The next item is just security and login. Under security and login, you have recommended check your important security settings. You can view them. This page is asking you to go to a different page. Let's do that. And this tells you how to keep your account secure. Your password is okay, turn on two-factor authentication and turn on login alerts. And when you continue, it goes through a series of questions to set up your security. I'm not going to continue. You can follow the screens. The next item under security and login is where you're logged in. What this does is show you all of the logins to Facebook. And if you look here, you'll see that I have several. I would look at these and check to see if they're all me. These all happen to be, but if not, you can log that session out by just clicking over here. Or you can tell it to log out of all of the sessions. And so someone would have to log back in and have the password in order to do that. We're going to talk about changing that password in the next section. In the login section, you can change your password. It's a good idea to use a strong password that you're not using anywhere else. So let's take a look how we can do that. Your current password would be there, and then you would put your new password or retype it to make sure that you've got it correct. Then save the changes. I would periodically change your password anyway, just to make sure that no one has access to it. The next item is save your login info. We open that. It will only be saved on the browsers and devices that you choose. The next time you log in on this browser, just click the profile picture instead of typing the password. You can save your login information so you won't need to enter your password the next time you log in on this browser on this computer. Using two-factor authentication is a wise idea. If you want to use it, they'll ask for a code if they notice an attempted login from an unrecognized device or browser. To turn that on, you would go to Edit, and there are different ways that you can have two-factor authentication. One is using some kind of an authentication app. The second one would be using a security key, which you could purchase. The third method would be sending you a text message with some type of a code. That's the way most of us do two-factor authentication, is with a text message. The next item under two-factor authentication is authorized login. Review a list of devices where you won't have to use a login code. Let's take a look. I don't have any registered devices, but I could remove them if I did. App passwords. You can add special passwords to log into your apps instead of using your Facebook password or login codes. There is a place where you can learn more about app passwords. You would save the changes. Setting up extra security. Get alerts about unrecognized logins. Facebook will let you know if anyone logs in from a device or browser you don't usually use. And you can get notifications or don't get them. You can get them through Messenger or through email. Remember to save your changes. The next section is to choose 3 to 5 friends to contact if you get locked out. This is a good, not only security, but also safety, that if you should get locked out of your Facebook account, you can use trusted contacts that would be sent a code and URL from Facebook to help you log back in. You can choose your friends and mark them down as trusted people that Facebook can send a code to, give that code to you so you can log back into your account. The last section is called Advanced. Most of you won't be going into those settings. There's an encrypted notification email and recover external accounts. But the third one I would like to just cover with you, see recent emails from Facebook. If you go to view that, you're going to actually leave the page and we're going to say, okay, let's do that. And it will give us a list of recent emails about security. And it shows that on April 6, 2021, the Facebook password was changed for this account. There was another email back in 2018. This account has not received a lot of emails about security, but should you have any, this would be the place to look for. Any other emails? That gets us through the security and login section. Facebook tips, part 2, settings and security. I'm Hewie Poplock. Thanks for joining us.